Hey everyone, it's Mule Tip Tuesday, September 3rd, 2019, and it's a great day to be alive. Thank you for jumping on here and watching. Today I want to talk about the two things that I believe are the hardest things to learn in this style of mulemanship. Notice I said this style of mulemanship. There's very many different styles, but I'm talking about the type that I'm teaching, making bridle mules in this tradition. But and those two things that I believe are the most challenging to learn are, number one, giving the mule the freedom to choose. And the second one would be waiting for the mule to understand. And I think those two are the hardest to figure out, the hardest to learn, because we're just human, right? So the first one, giving the mule the freedom to choose. I'm real big on free agency. I want my mules to know how to make choices. I want to get them in that frame of mind where they're thinking and they're trying to figure out what I want. There's so many mules, I see them every weekend in the clinics, and these folks are trying to make changes, but I see them every weekend, these mules that are so turned off, they don't think anymore. They're just waiting for you to make them. I don't want to make my mule do anything. I'm not going to make them do an obstacle. I'm not going to make them turn around. I'm not going to make them go or make them back up. Now, that being said, I do hang in there and wait for them to figure this stuff out. And I give them that free agency to choose. Like I said, I want my mules thinking. I want a thinking mule, okay? And it's important to me that they're capable of making choices. So that goes right hand in hand with the second thing that I mentioned. Waiting for the mule to understand, waiting for the mule to figure it out. This is the hard part too. And just because you do something doesn't mean your mule understands. Now, regardless of all the myths that mules, you only have to do something once and they got it. It's just not true, or at least not for me. I haven't figured that one out yet. But it's important to wait for them to understand and to be willing to come back and offer that lesson to them over and over again, and then give them the opportunity to figure it out. So like I said, these things go hand in hand. The freedom to choose, giving your mule free agency, I think that's the hardest thing for folks to figure out, because everybody wants to make them do it. And we come from a culture that, we want to make it happen right now. And then the second thing is waiting for the mule to understand. So anyways, those are the two hardest things I think, people have a hard time figuring out. At least I do. I'm speaking for myself, for sure. And but those two things are so important. We got to give the mule freedom to choose, and we got to be willing to wait for them to figure it out. Give them the time to think. Take the time it takes right now to let your mules figure it out. But so if you do those two things, that's my tip for you today. Is learn those two things, ponder those things in your mind, go out and apply them, go ride your mule and enjoy it, and see what changes you get out of your mule by applying those things. Free agency and waiting for them to figure it out, giving them a chance to think. So thanks for watching today. God bless you. We'll see you down the road.